But those stories do bring us to our political plays of the week. We have Democrat analyst Michael John Gray and, of course, Republican analyst Bill Vickery, both of them joining us here this morning. Good to see you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. So on that note, that last story we just talked about, looking at those names, who would you think would be the favorite right now and why? Or is there a name that maybe needs to be on that list? Bill, let's start with you.
Well, it's going to be a cat and mouse game with former President Trump. I think he likes being in this position. Obviously Tom Cotton, Mike Pompeo, any number of folks who have Trump support or been Trump supporters clearly would have an edge going forward. But I think you're going to see the president be very coy over the next 3 years.
Okay. And Michael John, what do you think about that in relation to what we're seeing today and who we have in office?
So the name that's not on the list is Donald Trump. I mean, until he decides what he's going to do, Bill's exactly right. This race for relevance amongst all the people trying to grab his coattails or say, I'm the next Donald Trump, we don't know if that works for everybody else. We've seen Cotton not poll well early. DeSantis is the name if you know politics, but not really. You have a Nikki Haley, a little more common name, but even Mike Pence, Trump's number 2, who is not loved by the Trump rioters after not standing up and helping break the law for the president. So I think it's Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. That is the only name that matters until he says, I'm not in.
Can I jump in real quick?
Sure.
Because I think what's going to be important is there are, I think now, 4 U.S. Senate seats open in states where the president has performed well in the past. These are Republicans not running for re-election in this upcoming election cycle in 22. If you see Trump candidates win both the primary and the general election in those states, then that's a big sign for the president going forward.
Okay. Now, taking a look at Arkansas, I want to go to that story with the hate crimes legislation. You know, some argue that the stripped-down hate crimes bill doesn't provide the protections for folks. Do you agree with that? Michael John, let's start with you on that one.
No, it doesn't. I mean, this is an uncomfortable topic for everybody. You don't want to say the wrong thing. Some people are nervous about protecting one versus not protecting the other. The point is the law should protect everybody. And what this doesn't do, not only does it not specifically say if you're going to go out and commit a crime against someone of a Muslim faith or a Christian faith, and you specifically target them because of that, you're going to get a harsher penalty. This law doesn't do that. It also doesn't cover issues like vandalism, where racial slurs are painted on people's houses, which are an act of violence, an act of terror, meant to scare people of a certain race, and those aren't enumerated. So this bill, while it checks the box for the State Chamber of Commerce to say Arkansas is doing something about hate crimes, it really doesn't go far enough to deter, protect, or basically have that uncomfortable conversation that says we're going to be better than this. It doesn't do that.
All right, Bill, we have about 45 seconds. Your take on this?
Yeah, very quickly. Most of the laws that are considered hate crimes around the country are exclusive to certain groups. Arkansas is finally a state that is, they're going to be a little more inclusive. We're going to give prosecutors a tool that they can use to go after people who commit these crimes that are so heinous that it has a chilling effect in the community. This is very much has a tremendous amount of teeth behind it. And what I don't understand is, why do we have to exclude some certain groups from hate crimes legislation? We should be more inclusive when it comes to this kind of thing. And that's what I think you saw the Arkansas State Legislature do. Hats off to the Speaker of the House, Matthew Shepard. Hats off to the President Pro Tem of the Senate, Jimmy Hickey, and the Governor for putting something together that both is very powerful for prosecutors and does send a signal for the state.
All right, Bill and Michael John, as always, great having you both here for Political Plays. We'll see you next Monday. We'll be right back.
Thank you.